privilege and opportunity to work with the Health Information Technology Network, which is mainly located in Cairns and deals with mental health in the whole of the far north Queensland region. And tonight I have with me Anita, who is going to come up and talk about the project that we did together with Jam2Jam.
Thanks, Steve. Eva, this is my first language and I still have bits of paper, so don't feel bad about that. Steve and I had a great experience going out to Acacia Ridge State School just south of Brisbane here, and we worked with a group of Indigenous children. We also pulled together some art from the Lockhart River community, the Art Centre, which is based up in the Cape. For those of you who aren't Australians, the Cape York is actually North Queensland. There are some very remote Indigenous communities up there that HITNET works with. What we do is we have a network of touchscreen kiosks and we deliver health information to people via these kiosks. And this was a really nice synergy working with Steve, because we have a very broad view of health. It's not just about information, it's about total well-being, social inclusion, breaking down this digital divide that exists, and we saw this as a good project to be involved in. So what we did was we had about 12 Indigenous children that are aged between 8 and 12 years from Acacia Ridge State School, as I said. We had 3 Macs with Jam2Jam set up, and we had the artwork from Denise Fruit, Patrick Butcher and Doris Platt from Lockhart River. We started with the students and sat them down and played them a little film clip from Lockhart River of where the artist came from, just to set the scene, and also showed them the screen of Jam2Jam, which we projected. And as soon as we invited them to go and interact with the screen, there was almost like a storm towards using the technology, which is something you've probably all found, that students are really open to engage with this technology. We broke the students into groups that they chose, and then let them jam for really 2 hours and just observed what they were doing and what their experiences were. There was sort of a natural uptake of the technology, there's very little explanation. Again, the thing that appealed to most of them was getting their faces on the screen, and the kaleidoscope was really popular as well, which I've noticed was a common theme with the other students. With the students interacting with the art, there was some interesting things that they did. One piece of art had like an infinity symbol, and you'll see this in the film clip, and they were putting their heads inside the rings of the infinity symbol, and like 2 students were doing that. So it's quite interesting to watch the way that they arranged their bodies to interact with this art. Other things they did, there was facial expressions, the usual sort of signs, gestures, dance poses. They'd borrow poses from their local football heroes and incorporate those into their gestures as well. Lots of dancing. There was also a lot of dancing behind the scenes. So those who weren't using the Macs were grooving around and doing little hip-hop sequences and getting a combined effort on their hip-hop sequences and all of their little tricks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One remarkable student and one thing that's both Steve and I were taken with, you'll see this guy Simi. He sat there for about 45 minutes and he was just using very minute gestures with the kaleidoscope effect and moving his body just slightly and doing what we saw some of the students in Victoria do as well, just creating a really engaging piece of visual art using his body and just flicking his collar and doing tiny little things like that. So we should get on and play the footage so you can see. It's a bit long, so we might come out of it early.
Yeah, I'd just like to add to what Anita has just said. One of the profound experiences that I've had with this material was that these artists and children have never met, and yet the moment these children saw this artwork, they felt a pride in their culture, and when the artists saw what the children had done with it, they felt this kind of relationship with the children, and it's I might be feeling like a kind of blue sky type of thinking here, but what more wonderful relationship with another person than to have a relationship through art with no words spoken. Very, very nice. It really warms my heart to think that I've had the possibility to have this kind of experience. So thank you very much, Anita.
Oh, thank you.